Yeah. I got my guy Aaron Haynes on. Played in Lebanon together. I had Jay Merrill on, so he part of the Lebanon crew. Um, Stayed in touch through the years. Him and my college teammate Ant were on the same team in Lebanon. And if you keeping up with basketball overseas and keeping up with South Korea, he's definitely got a name over there. He got a few championships, couple MVPs. So and he's going into his next year. Going into your what was it? We were talking about that
17, yeah.
Yeah, 17 years. So he's 40 next year. So if you older and still playing, you're gonna have to hit him up and ask him what's his secret. So first off, so were you born and raised in Fresno?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Fresno. After I graduated high school, I moved to Sacramento. I went to JUCO here, and then I got a scholarship to go to Boise State and played 2 years at Boise State. And I liked Sacramento, so after I graduated from Boise State, I instantly went overseas to start to play.
Right.
And I ended up making Sacramento home, which is where I reside now with my wife and my son.
Okay. When did you get just serious about playing? Did you play early, like rec ball, or was it middle school? So when did you feel like that you started getting serious just about playing?
So when I was in elementary school, so my mom always tell me stories. Like she's like, when I was like 3 or 4 years old, I'd be dribbling the ball, and the ball would hit my lip, and I start crying and fall. She's like, get up and keep going. Right. So I get up and start doing it again, and she's like, my grandma told her when I was a baby, like when I was like 3 or 4, she was like, that boy gonna do something famous or do something good with basketball. Watch what I tell you. So all them years fast forward, and here I am with this long, lustrous career. You know what I mean? By the good graces of God, I've been able to stay healthy. You know what I mean? Been able to win a lot and make some really good contacts and just have a long, healthy career.
Right.
But I fell in love with basketball. I guess my mom said I loved it then, but of course I don't remember that. But I remember my first introduction to it that I remember was like elementary school, like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. I kind of remember that. Right. I don't know. It's just something about it. I just felt a way that I never felt doing nothing else when I got on the basketball court.
Right. Now, how were you in middle school? Had you already had your growth spurt? Like, were you still growing into your game? Because I asked everybody, and I know everybody's kind of I've had like a mixed bag about how people were in middle school. So how were you in middle school, and what was your skill level like?
Yeah. So, no, I was small, man. When I was in middle school, well, to everybody, I'm 6'7.5", 6'8", 6'8" with shoes, 6'7.5" without. So when I was in middle school, man, I was short. I was a guard. I played the 2 guard actually, and I played the 2 guard. So I think that helped me a lot in my career, right? Because I'm able to dribble and do a lot of stuff off the dribble, even at my size. Right. But middle school, I was short. I was short all the way through high school. I got to high school. I was 5'11". I was 5'11" going into my junior year, and then or going into the summer of my senior year. I mean, and then my senior year, by the start of my senior year, I was 6'2". So I grew after high school. So they always say guys.
College.
Yeah, I grew. Yeah, when I was in college, everybody say like guys stop growing at 18. That's not true. I think it just depends on the individual and genetics because I grew. I was only 6'2" when I graduated my senior year from high school, and I'm 6'7.5", 6'8" right now.
Yeah, I did the same. Like when I was in school, like graduated like 6'1", 6'2", and then by the time I graduated college, I was damn near 6'4". So I grew a couple more inches through in college.
College, yeah, so, that's dope.
Where'd you go to high school?
So I went to high school down in Fresno. I went to Edison for 3 years. Okay. And then my senior year, I moved out of the district and I went to Fresno High. Okay. And that's where I graduated.
Now, how was your high school team? Did you what was that transition, from middle school to high school, and when did you feel like that you belonged on the high school level, that you came into your own, just at not later on, but like in high school when you felt like that you could hold your own?
Yeah. So when I graduated middle school, went to the 9th grade. That summer I played on like I don't know if you would call it AAU travel team, but it was something basically like the equivalent to an AAU team. Right. I played on an AAU team with guys who I eventually ended up going to play all throughout high school with, and I mean, I fit in like right away. But like I said, I was a late bloomer, so all the guys were bigger, faster, stronger than me. So
Right.
I had to, you know, I mean, I had to figure out other ways to score and to be effective to get on the court. So,
What
and
was your
again, I
game
think
like? So, like, were you more like a guard, like on the
a
wing?
guard,
Yeah.
yeah. And I was a guard, he was on the wing.
Well, I
Yeah, I
mean,
played the two.
but you
I
still
was
play on
doing,
the wing now, but you just
yeah.
grew
Now
a
I'm a
little.
whole lot taller. Yeah,
Right.
no, I wasn't as tall.
Right.
But yeah. So again, that's why I think my IQ and my handles, being able to create off the dribble, come from because when I was smaller, I was skinnier than everybody. I wasn't athletic as everybody. You know, I mean, I was athletic, but not like somebody you would say like he's freakish, like not like that. But yeah, it all helped me because I had to figure out ways how to score. So I'm always thinking the game from a mental standpoint outside of my physical. You know what I mean? So that's helped me right now. Even though that I'm older, I'm still a lot smarter and just, you know, with
Right.
hard work and dedication, I'm still able to outthink the young guys, and that keeps me, you know, able to go out and play well and involved in the game.
Now, where you went to high school, were there any guys that you that were on your team that went on to college and play? And did you guys have any success, like winning chips, or like what was the furthest that you guys got?
So let me see. Yeah, well, no. So first question, yeah, we had quite a bit of guys go to different colleges. One of my good friends, he went to Alabama right out of high school. I think I don't know how long he played there. He didn't go 4 years there. He went like a couple of years. And
Okay.
another one of my guys, he was like highly touted, like, you know, Deshaun Stevenson played in the NBA.
Yeah, yeah.
He was highly touted like that.
Oh, so
Deshaun, I
you
think
play with
Deshaun,
Deshaun Stevenson?
yeah, he like a year younger than us.
Okay.
Well, I went to Edison. He went to Washington Union. It was
Okay.
like kind of a rival school, but we didn't play
Yeah.
them in the
Oh,
league. We
so
played them like
these are some
preseason
of the
and
guys
shit.
in the area that you were playing against. Deshaun.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So my boy, he ended up playing NFL for a little bit, but he I think he got into a car crash and messed his knee up. But he was nice at hoop. Like, he had a scholarship. He ended up going to Nevada for a minute. Couple of guys got scholarships and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I
Right.
said, they were all like early bloom. These guys were like, they had
Yeah.
their man bodies, because now that I'm still friends with them to this day, they had that same body in high school. Whereas
Right.
I was like the little shrimp on campus. You know what I mean? Like, I still did my thing, but they was like, I was nowhere near like the guy. They was the guy. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
So like
Yeah.
that was my next question. I was going to ask now, who were some other guys, you know, in high school that we may know now? So I know you said Deshaun Stevenson. Was that probably one of the, or like the well-known names that we would know?
Yeah, well, yeah, Deshaun probably had the most success, like NBA wise, out of all the guys. Yeah, probably Deshaun. We had another guy. He was like a year older than me. His name was Terrell Ade. He did like a lot of summer league stints with like the Clippers and a couple other teams. But he
Okay.
played at Russia for a while, so, you know, he did really well over in Russia and the Euro Cup. Yeah, he did really well in that. I'm trying to think who else. I don't think we had no more NBA guys, but yeah,
Okay.
we had a bunch of guys that go do well
They went to go play like in
here
school.
overseas.
Yeah.
Yeah, play college ball and went and got a bag
Yeah.
overseas. So,
Now, when
but
you
yeah, I
started to
think
get, how was your recruiting, and when did you start to get recruited, and what was that process like?
crazy, man. So coming out of high school, again, I was 6'2", and I wasn't the man on my varsity team. Well, I was the man my senior year, but like the years prior to that, I wasn't the man. But I killed my senior year. All the years I had solid years, but the year I
Okay.
became the man, like I put up numbers. Wasn't, like I said, I wasn't highly recruited because I was smaller then. I had like a couple of D2s, but in my mind, I'm like, nah, I knew I was a D1 player. I didn't know I was gonna grow this height, you know what I mean? So I was like, nah, I'm gonna go the JUCO route and then, you know, figure it out from there. So long story short, I come to Sacramento, visit the Sacramento City College, which is where I end up growing over the summer. By this time I'm like 6'5", 6'5.5", right at 6'6", going into
Right.
JUCO. So I grew like 3 inches from when I graduated high school into that first season in JUCO. So again, like I told you, I was playing guard like the whole time. So my game is starting to translate now. I'm starting to getting more dunks in the game, starting to get dunks on people, and, you know what I mean? Now I'm 6'5", 6'6", doing this guard stuff. So it's like, oh, okay, you know, he might be on to something. So I played my first year. I do really well. Played in what you call it, like a
Oh,
summer.
we're in the house. It just started. Hold on, Aaron.
Okay.
Yeah. You in the middle. In the middle of a storm.
Oh, it just started raining.
Yeah, it started like crazy. That was like live. So
That's crazy.
Yeah. When did are you talking about your JUCO? Was that one of your only like when you was coming out? Was that the only school that had got on you late, or had they already been there?
No. So my JUCO, they didn't even know about me. I was like I said, I was getting looked at by D2s, but
right.
I was like, no, I didn't want to go D2. I want to go D1. So I was like, in my mind, I just go do 2 years at a JC and then get a scholarship to a D1.
Right.
So again, so I go to I played my first season in JUCO. I killed. I was getting like a little bit of buzz. I don't know, I probably averaged 20 and I don't know, 20 and something. But I balled.
What was the name of your JUCO again?
Sacramento City College.
Okay, all right.
I in Sacramento. I ended up like before I left, I ended up breaking like the scoring record. I'm still like the all-time leading scorer there. But anyway, so that was my freshman year. So that summer we went down to the Bay Area and we played in like this exposure camp. There was like a lot of colleges there, like Utah State, just a bunch of big name schools. Mm-hmm. This is when Rick Majerus was still at Utah because I remember meeting him. So we had played. We played against LA City, and they had like I guess supposed to be like the number one center or something in like the area or in the section, or whatever. But he was like 7 foot, athletic as hell. So, anyways, so a player came. He got the ball on the wing. I was the help side defender. He got the ball on the wing and he drove baseline to dunk it, and I blocked his dunk on the backboard and grabbed the ball and pushed it down on a break and got an assist or a bucket or something. I don't remember out of it. But since that one play, like. I mean, I played well through the whole tournament or whatever we had going on, the exposure camp or whatever. But that one play is like the coach that was originally at Boise that recruited me. Like he fell in love with that one play. He's like, I love that play because like so many different things could have happened during that play.
Right?
I played well the whole time. He basically offered me a full ride scholarship off of that one play, pretty much.
Right there. Okay.
I played well the whole time, and this guy was like highly touted. There's like a lot of big scouts there. The course was full, like with scouts like watching. West Virginia, all them guys was there. But so he set me up with a visit and all of this. I went on. That's my only visit I actually went on. And
so that was your only visit to Boise.
Boise, yeah.
Okay.
I had other ones lined up, but when I went for the weekend, I was like, man,
this is where I want to be. Right.
This is what I want right here. A college town. We didn't have no NBA team there.
Right.
And like at my position, I didn't have like a lot of like competition. I wasn't gonna have to come in and sit. Me coming from a JUCO, I know I gotta come straight in getting busy.
Right.
And I talk to a lot of kids now, like high profile college kids, and I let them know, don't pick the school because of the name. Pick the school because you can come in right away and play. Or if you're trying to redshirt, pick a school that you can come in and sit 1 year behind a good guy, a good player, and learn and let him like kind of like mentor you, and then you can come in and take over. Like you don't want to go to school, you're gonna sit 2 or 3 years because now it's like you only got a couple of years to
it's
show
all
yourself.
About playing time. It's all about playing time.
You might get injured. Coach might not be rocking with you, whatever have you. So so I went on that one visit, bro, and I went on that visit like. I committed after that, and so they would come out like they would fly out from Boise. They was coming out like regularly, coming to my practices at Sac City, coming out to my games. Just like calling me like once or twice a week. Yeah, they're showing hella love. So I was like, all right, this is what it is. And I had a Washington State where Klay Thompson went. Not the Huskies there. Washington State. They was on me too at the time, but. So I ended up picking Boise, man.
And when you went, they had the blue turf there? They had the blue turf?
Yep, Smurf turf. Man, that's crazy. I tell people this story all the time.
How was that? Like just going to a football game, yeah.
The football experiences was crazy. Like the games, it was insane. But no, the crazy thing about that is, so we would go there and do like our workouts on the track and do upper decks, like run the decks and stuff. But we'd come in there, there would be dead birds on the floor, on the turf. Huh? And I'm like, what the hell? But, they say this happens every year. They fly in. You know how the birds fly in for the water? They think it's water because it's blue. And they was like literally flying in, bro, hitting the turf. Oh, I'm like, wow.
Right. So, I would never know. Yeah. So what?
I was just like, what in the hell is these dead birds doing? I'm thinking like niggas hunting and just leaving them down or something. Yeah, that was crazy.
But I guess if anybody have like an overpopulation of birds, just paint a blue field and just that could look like you gonna
Man,
wipe them out real quick.
right, fast. Cause they was wiping they was wiping themselves out.
So that conference, what was that the WAC?
Whack. Yeah, it was in the whack. They
Was
just
it the WAC?
changed to I think they're in the Mountain West now. But when I was in college,
Okay.
it was in the whack.
Who was
Uh,
yeah, I was gonna ask you like what was that transition like in the college, from JUCO to there
yeah,
to
bro.
D1?
It was good, man. It was like, I mean, you know my game. We played against each other, and you see me play. So, like, like I'm not the strongest, but I'm not the weakest either. But it's crazy because when I leave JUCO going to D1, it was like, so coming from high school to JUCO is like bigger, faster, stronger.
Right.
And then coming from JUCO to D1, it was bigger, faster, stronger, and smarter.
Smarter, right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so I was like, like again, going back to my high school, me being a late bloomer helped me so much in my career, bro. Like college, from JUCO all the way to now, because I had to learn other skills and learn to use my mind outside of my physical skills. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that helped me going into college, because like I'll be getting buckets. Like guys my size, I'm blowing by. Small guys, I post them.
Right.
And like, so they got to where they just like put like a little football type dude on, like 6'2",
Yeah.
6'3" football dude, and just try to let them get physical and bump me and all of that. But it's ways around that. So I would just use my mind, outthink them,
Right.
jabs, and just beat them to the spot. Because 6'2", 6'3", I'm 6'7", 6'8", I'm shooting over the top once I get to my spot. You feel me?
Right.
So yeah, but it was an adjustment, man. It was more so, honestly, I think what helped me, another thing that helped me, I watched a lot of video. So
Okay.
with me watching a lot of video and getting reps up, I was just confident in what I was doing. So I'm like, it
Right.
don't matter who's in front of me, because I'm prepared. It's not
Right.
like I'm coming into this guessing. I know what to expect, like halfway through the season, you know what I mean? But early on, I struggled a little bit, just because it was like physical, and the speed, like you gotta make split second decisions, like on a run, you know what I mean? And
Right.
like, these are important decisions that you have to make. So like, hey, I would say my first, well, which was my junior year, but my first year at the D1 level, I struggled like starting out, but I ended up picking it up. And like, by the
Second half
time
of the
Lee rolled
season.
around, oh no, before second half. By
Okay.
the time Lee rolled around, yeah, I was baking.
Okay,
I,
league. Okay.
yeah, I ended up getting
Did you
making
come in
all up.
starting? Did you come in?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you started. Okay, so you
Like the
started
first,
off the bat.
off the bat, yeah, the
Okay.
first, like I'm saying, like my first couple weeks,
Yeah, it was an adjustment. It was an
before the
adjustment.
preseason game, yeah, I wasn't in the starting lineup, but we hadn't played no games. But by that first exhibition preseason game, yeah, I was starting.
Okay.
But yeah, it was an adjustment, man. Just just the weight room workout, because I would lift, but it wasn't nothing crazy. Like we was like literally like on the weights, proteins,
Right.
then trying to do that and do the schooling. It was a lot, man. But I ended up adjusting, man. I ended up doing really well. Got MVP of my team. Made first team all WAC. I was the first player in the school history to make first team all
First team.
WAC.
Okay.
Then my senior year, I ended up getting MVP again. Made first team all WAC again.
And did you get you got player of the year for the
No, I didn't get player of the year.
who got player of
What's
the
his
year
name?
your junior? And that was my next question. Who were some other guys that we may know that was in that conference? Your names that if you in the basketball world that would ring a bell.
So I mean, for the people that follow hoop, they probably wouldn't know these names, but people that don't really know, they probably wouldn't know. They have to Google it. But so I played against at Nevada. They had Kurt Snyder. He was a lottery pick.
Yeah, I remember.
I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
yeah, Kurt Snyder. I played against him. We had some battles. Like he was tough. We had some real good battles.
Yeah.
I think he was like the 12th pick. And then SMU, my junior year, he was a senior. They had Quentin Ross.
Yep.
He
Yep.
was like
Ooh,
a
yeah,
similar
skinny
player
kid.
to
Yeah,
me.
smooth.
We had some battles. And then in Hawaii, they had Carl English.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was tough. Like he could shoot it.
The shooter. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, he could shoot the hell out of it. And then it's crazy, man. The toughest dude I played against, and like I said, I played against Nick Fazikis. I think,
Yep.
I don't know if he was a lottery pick. He might have been a lottery pick or right out of the lottery in Nevada.
Nevada too, right?
Yeah, he went to Nevada as well. But so I played against a bunch of guys that was in the NBA and like went overseas to make some really good money. The toughest guy I played against, bro, this dude, man, he went to, damn, what college he went to? Fuck, Not Washington State. We
Was he
played.
was he like in your conference or not? He wasn't in
No,
your.
no, he wasn't in
It
my
was
conference.
like a non-conference game.
Non-conference game. He was tough though. His name was Henry Domerkamp.
Oh
And
yeah. Oh, he was in my conference. He went to Eastern Illinois.
that's exactly it.
He went to yeah, because that's
Big,
in our conference.
bro.
Yeah.
Everybody always asks me. I don't play against even like since I've been playing pro. Like when I was younger, I played against like a lot of the Kings workout. We just talked about
Yeah.
Trav. Played
Yeah.
against some of them. Played pro-ams with some of the NBA dudes. Bro, he was a bucket. Like he
I
was,
think he
bro.
led
He
the
was.
nation in scoring. He was like 1 or 2.
Well, shit, that don't surprise me.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, and I played against Paul Millsap. He led the
Okay.
nation
Yeah.
in rebounding. Yeah, Paul Millsap, and it's crazy to what he's transitioned to, because when he was in college, he was like strictly like a rebounder. He'd get tip-ins and follow-ups, but
Right.
now what he's doing, like I'm like, it's just a
He
testament to his
evolved.
hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, he's
Because
shooting the
you saw
three,
it. Yeah.
putting it on
That's
the
right.
floor.
And,
Like his game was nowhere near like that in college. Yeah, he was good in college too. He was a
right.
beast on the glass, bro.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad I'm
Beast on the
doing this,
glass.
because like you probably would have been like, oh, like nobody probably knows of Henry Domerkamp, but here I go. We were in the same conference, so I know exactly who you were talking about, even though so.
What you thought about him? Because he was a bucket
Yeah,
when I was like.
that's why like he was in the conference like the year I was coming in, he was graduating, so I was keeping an eye on that conference.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I was going to do next year. But that's why I remember. I want to say he was like number 1 or 2 in like the country.
Listen, none of that surprised me, bro. He
Right.
was a bucket. But yeah, I played against him. And then I played against another guy. I can't think of the junior college he went to. His name was Jeremiah Massey.
Yep.
He ended up going to Utah State. He was tough. He was a lefty, probably about 6'9". Yeah, he could go.
Did you guys make the dance?
No. My first year we was like, we was so. My first year, my senior year we should have made. I thought we should have made it. We was 20. What was our record? 21-10 or something like that.
Right.
But I think we finished like second in our conference. We made it to the NIT. And this was the year after D Wade had left to the NBA. But we played UNLV, we beat them, and then we went on the road to Marquette. I played against Travis Diener, Steve Novak.
Brothers, yeah.
They
I just had
my
my guy on Tony Easley. He played in Italy for like almost 6-7 years, and him and Diener were teammates one year. That that's what he was just talking about. I mean, he was talking about that. So yeah,
and it's crazy because they had a guy. I think a guy played at Marquette. I think his name was Scott Merritt or something like that. Big light skinned guy. I played against him in Korea. He came over to Korea. That's crazy.
Okay.
Just how small the basketball world is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we missed out. We missed out on a tournament my senior year. I mean, I was hurt by that a little bit because I know that was gonna really be my chance to really show what I can do, and like because I know it's a lot of scouts, NBA scouts there. But at the end of the day, man, like everything happens for a reason. I tell the kids this too that I speak to, and like the young athletes, like everything happens for a reason, man. And God don't make mistakes. Like I was supposed to be where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? Like I played with George Karl's son, Kobe Karl. So George Karl was at our game. We used to have scouts at our games. And I just look at it like it wasn't meant. You know what I mean? Like,
so you and Kobe Karl, y'all were teammates in college.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my junior year he redshirted, and my senior year was his freshman year.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So we played together. Cool, dude. I still talk to him months in between here and there now. Like when he was still playing, I think he was in Germany. We talked. And then I talked to George Karl. I told you I work out with some of the. Well, I used to work out with some of the Kings when I was a little bit younger. When he was with the Kings, me and him would talk a little bit. Yeah. So I done played and worked out with a bunch of
so
NBA players and good players too.
That's what I was transitioning to. So college going into pro, what was that process like? And I know we said this year you're going into your 17th year. So what was that process going from college to pro, and what was your first job?
So originally I was supposed the first agent I was with out of school, I was supposed to
did you go to like some workouts and pre-draft?
I was supposed to do I didn't end up doing it. I was supposed to go to do summer league with the Denver Nuggets.
Okay.
But they end up somehow not working that out. So after I think like a year, maybe year and a half, I ended up getting rid of the agent that I had at that time. And I just been moving on since that. But yeah, my first job was in Finland. In Europe. That was a good experience. I played against some pretty good players over there as well.
Right.
that was my. It was like a culture shock, but it wasn't. I think Boise kind of warmed me up to that because it was
Yep.
really cold in Finland, but
Right.
Boise was really cold. So I'm from California,
Yep.
and me going to Boise was like super cold. I never lived in the snow, never been in the snow. I seen it, excuse me, on TV, but I'd never been in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, I thought Boise was super cold, but with me going to Finland, man, Boise had nothing on Finland. It was snow there like year round. But
What
so that was my first job. Went over
what
there
year
and did
was that?
really well.
Your first year?
Oh 04.
Oh four, the 04-05
Yeah.
season.
04, 05, yeah. I
Okay.
graduated and went right over.
So I know, just of course we played in the Middle East. So how long were you in Europe before you went to the like what other places were you in Europe before you went to the Middle East?
So I was in Europe for 2 years. I played my first year in Finland, and my second year I started out in Hungary, but they had some complications with my money. You know how that goes. So
Ain't
I
the,
did. Yeah, I got up
ain't,
out of there. That's one
ain't the
thing I don't
first
play
time.
with: my
Ain't the
money and my
first.
family.
Right.
So I got up out of there. So I did. Went back to Finland, finished out there, killed the game, played really well.
Okay.
And then from there I went to Dubai, and that was like a great experience. That was my first, like, not big check, but like decent, like real
More than
decent money.
Europe.
You know what I
More
mean?
than
Over
Europe for
there, yeah,
sure.
more than Europe, yeah.
So
So I went over there.
So hold up. Before you get to the Middle East, how did you go from? Because I know, because some people don't know. Some people play their whole career in Europe because they're agents in that area, and the Middle East is like a totally different world. So how did you go from?
Market, yeah.
How did you go from Europe? Was that your agent, or did you switch agents, or how that
Yeah, I had switched.
possibly come
Yeah,
about
no, I
going
switched
to
agent.
Dubai?
Yeah, so after my first, I don't know if it's my first year or my first year and a half, maybe my first 2 years, but I had the same agent, and then it was my first 2 years because that's going into that summer. I had got rid of my agent, and I don't know. Agents was just hitting me up, with
Right.
opportunities. I guess they probably had heard about me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't
Yeah.
know because I didn't do no. I never even heard of Dubai, like, you know what
Right.
I mean, and none of that. So I had a couple of people reach out to me. Some of the agents that reached out to, I'm still friends with them now to this day. But
Right.
they was mentioning it to me. I'm like, yeah, like I'm with it. Like I just got rid of my agent, so I don't have an agent right now.
So your
So I
third
end
year,
up
you went to Dubai.
Dubai.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then
great
and
experience.
then you've been in the Middle East ever since then.
Yeah, no. So yeah, so I've played. What I play? I played 1 year in Dubai. The next season after that, that was '05. The next year after that, I went to Lebanon. '05, '06. I think '05, '06 when I think we met. And
No,
then after that, I went.
no, that was 07, '08 because I graduated
Okay. No,
'05, '06.
so I went
Yeah.
to Qatar then. So I went to
Qatar,
Qatar after
yeah.
Dubai. I went to Qatar after Dubai. And then after Dubai, I went. I mean, after Qatar, I went to Lebanon. So
Right.
that would have been it. And then I was in. I was in actually. So yeah, I was in Lebanon. That was my first year in Lebanon. I was with Faye Troon when me and Ant was together.
Yep.
That's when I met you.
Yeah.
Later on, I had went to Korea in '08. '08 was my first year in Korea.
Now,
And then,
the
yeah.
career I know back then was a draft. So did you just leave Lebanon? Was that something that your agent did, or did you go? I remember they used to do like a big thing out in Vegas where teams go out.
Yeah.
Is
Yes.
that how that opportunity came about going to getting to South
Okay.
Korea?
South Korea. So mind you, I don't have an agent that I'm signed to. Actually,
Right.
I still don't have an agent I'm signed to. I forgot to tell you that. Since my first signing with I never signed with another agent. So
You doing
anyway,
your own deals, right?
yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but the thing, okay, so, all right, let me rewind. Yeah, so when I was in Lebanon my second time, I went to Lebanon. No, wait, what happened?
It's too many years. It's
Yeah,
too many
no.
years in between.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think. I know I did 2 years in Lebanon, but
Who was your other team?
I know what happened. No. So listen. So before Anthony came to my team in Lebanon, I had Calvin Cage on my team.
Cal. Okay.
I was trying to figure out, did I have Anthony first and Anthony leave? Anthony didn't leave. Calvin had left. He had a deal in the
Saudi or something.
Philippines. In the Philippines.
Philippines. Yeah. Yeah.
And he was telling me about Korea. I had heard about Korea a little bit, like, because I had a cousin that played ball. Like, he should have been in the NBA, but he got into some trouble in college. But he
Right.
played at Fresno State. He was tough. That really gave me inspiration to play ball. But
Right.
anyway, so my boy Calvin put me in contact. He's like, "Yo, I got an agent, a Korean agent. I'm gonna put you in contact with, because Calvin used to always like, bro, you can go. Like, you know what I'm telling y'all? I'm
Right.
like, oh, you know, I'm thinking it's just like he blowing hot smoke. But
Right.
in my mind, I think I'm nice. You know, everybody think they're
Right.
nice, but I didn't know he really felt this way. So he's like, I'm gonna put you in contact with you got to be in Korea, bro. I'm like, all right, cool, I appreciate it. So, you know, I finished the season out, so he ended up dipping. Anthony come over after that, and that's when, you know what I mean, me and Ant become real cool. So he ended up putting me in contact with the agent, and the agent tell me like, yeah, they do the draft like what you just mentioned in Vegas, and you come out, try out, and the team drafts you, you come over, you know, all of that. You got to basically be in the camp to be eligible to come to Korea. So I'm like, all right, cool. So me not knowing, when I go to the camp in the summertime, bro, I'm like when I get there, like it's shorter games, I'm out there like doing numbers in these amount of minutes, right? But I'm just like playing my game, but just super aggressive and, you know, making sure I'm showing what I can do. So, and after that, that first year, I didn't get drafted. I'm like, damn. So I felt the way, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, I was killing these dudes. And
Right.
I'm like, all right, whatever. So I'm like, whatever.
Well, also too, like Korea back then, they only wanted bigs. Like you know, because you more like not a true big man, but they wanted
I'm not. Yeah,
they
I'm
wanted
a
just
three.
like
Yeah, I can go inside and out.
yeah,
But yeah, no, you're right.
they wanted just
But
straight
yeah,
just like back to the basket,
back
like
to the
in the
basket,
paint. Yeah.
100%,
Right.
100%. So it's crazy. It's crazy because so that had happened. So I felt the way. I'm like, all right. And then after that, I had went to Qatar after that first time of not getting drafted.
Okay.
Because I was in Qatar and I was killing my coach. I had a Australian coach. He was cool as hell, and I was doing numbers. And now, so I told you, Calvin had put me in contact with my agent. That's currently my agent now, but all our shit is based on loyalty, bro.
Now,
Like he told me, like, I don't need
everything.
Yeah, my agent, his name is Hawk Kim. He was like, bro, I don't need you to sign no deal. Like, I don't want to hold you captive. If you want to leave, you're free to leave. And I told him how I operate. As long as you keep me a good deal, like a solid pay, you know, a solid contract, I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah.
I never signed a contract with him my whole career, but I've been with him from the first time we said we're going to work together. I've been working with him ever since, bro. But without signing any papers.
Right.
But he always every year he give me more money. He give me more money every year.
Right.
And he always stuck to his word. So I'm like, shit, why would I leave? I'd be a fool to leave. You know what I mean?
Right.
So so I go back to Qatar. I go to Qatar, not back. I go to Qatar, and like I'm killing, bro. Like come almost around like I want to say like maybe November. A team in Korea hits my agent up like, we won't bring Aaron over, but I'm in contract in Qatar. So I'm like, and at that time I think I'm probably getting paid like 10 a month, which is my biggest check. Was my biggest check at this point. You know what I mean? In the middle of the year, I'm getting like 10 a month. I'm like, all right, like that's, you know, I'm getting paid solid money. But Korea at that time, they had the salary cap, and it was like 25 a month.
Right.
So
yeah.
I'm like, shit, I got to get up out of here, bro. Like, you know, I can go more than double my money right off the bat.
Right.
So I meet with my coach after one of my practices. I was like, Coach, I'm like, man, I gotta leave. I said, I need you to release me from my contract because I got a team in Korea who wants me, and that's ultimately where I want to get to.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah, I understand. He said, but if you finish out the season where you're playing now, another team in Korea come bring you over at the end of the season. I'm like, yeah. I said, but you got to understand, I'm the sole provider of my team or my family. You know what I mean? So, and I got a chance to go double my money. I got to go. You know what I mean? And he was like, so what? He was like, so what would you do if I don't release you? I said, I don't think you would want an angry me here. You know what I mean? Like any coach, you wouldn't want an angry player. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because like now you're not going to get my all. You feel me? So, long story short, he's like, okay, well, let's finish out this round and we'll release you. I'm like, all right, cool. So he ended up
until like Christmas, maybe until like Christmas time, maybe just finished out
around by this time. So as the time go on, it's getting closer to Christmas. The team, well, you don't know, you haven't played in Korea, but in Korea now, me knowing what I know now, nigga, when Korea want what they want, they're gonna pay any amount of money to get what they want.
Right.
So and they don't like to wait. So I couldn't get out, and it's getting closer to Christmas. So they, the team that wanted me originally in Korea was KCC, a team named KCC, and they end up getting somebody else. So it's like, all right, whatever. So it's still, you know, I still ain't got released out of my contract, so I'm still playing, and it's still approaching that date that I'm supposed to get released to go, you know, to Korea. But this team, I'm picked another player already. So another team hit my agent up about me, Samsung. Okay. So I'm like, all right, cool. So everything worked out. There was like, we even threw on a table like we get them like a month's salary, a month of my salary. So basically, getting back 10,000
Kind of
to
like
release me.
buying you out. Buying you
Buy
out.
yeah, that's exactly what it was. Like a
Right.
10,000 buyout, like a month's salary. So nigga, I gave them, man, listen, I couldn't write that check or go get that money for them quick enough. Gave them that
Right.
10,000, kept the receipt. I got reimbursed and all that when I got back over. But
Also, the team from South Korea just said give them like a month's salary back, and then we'll take care. Okay.
take care of you. So
Right.
did that, bro. I get over to Korea, man. It was life changing. It was life changing off the bat. Just
Right.
the professionalism, like the trainers, the tape jobs, the treatment you get, the gear you get. You know, at
Right.
that time we were sponsored by Adidas. I hate Adidas hoop shoes, by the way.
Right.
I love their walking shoes. They have the best walking shoes, but and
Right.
sandals. I still got Adidas sandals to this day. But like their hoop shoes for me is terrible.
Right.
But
did you did you have to wear them?
yeah, you have to. Yeah, you have
Okay.
to. So I was like, can I just wear Nikes and just put like tape over it? Like, nah, because we get in trouble. Like if the tape come off and
like they
Nike shoes
right,
on.
right.
Yeah, they sponsored by them. So I'm like, all right, whatever. You know, I went from making 10,000 a month to 25,000 a
Right.
month. You ain't gonna hear too many complaints from me.
Right. No, like
So
I can rock with it. I'll find me a pair of comfortable.
oh man, right? You can put me in some of them Kawhi New Balances.
Right.
But
Right.
but anyway, so when I get over there, B, it's just like, and it's a whole different game over there too, because it almost was like college, but not as physical. But it was just like really fast. Like in Korea, it's like the pace might have been quicker than it was in college, but it's not as physical. Super fast.
Okay.
So you know that's my game. Like the old Phoenix Suns with Steve Nash. That's my style of play right there. So I get over there and yeah, oh man, I got over there. I did really well. And then so that's the reason why I was telling you the whole story about those teams. So remember when the first team that initially first wanted me was KCC.
Right.
So I ended up going, but they didn't want to wait because I couldn't get out of my contract right away. So I ended up going to Samsung. So anyway, long story short, I have a really good season throughout the regular season. We make it to the playoffs. So we I think we get a 4 seed or something. We beat my first year. We beat the 1 seed at that time. I like broke some records, like most points in a half, and like some of the games and all.
Right.
Like I set a bunch of records. This
was your first year.
My first year there. Like when I seen, bro, the fact that I was able to go from $10,000 to $15,000 pay raise, in within a month or two.
And you were doing your thing. It was just
Yeah, I was. I know. I locked in. Like I had a whole nother level of mental focus. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm like, well, if I'm able to get 25, shit, if I kill, I'm able to get. I'm be able to get this up to 50, 60. You know what I mean? A month.
Exactly,
like I know people in the States don't make 25 or 30,000 a month. You feel me?
Right.
So that was my focus, like from jump when I got over there, bro. So long story short, I killed the first round. The first round, I killed the first round, beat the number 1 seed. We was the 4th seed, and we go to I forgot who we beat in the semis. We make it to the championship.
Right.
Guess who we playing in the championship?
The KCC.
KCC. We playing the team that originally first wanted me. So we end up playing them. The championship is best of 7. So we battling back and forth. Micah's on this team.
Micah, okay.
So I'm playing against Micah in the championship.
Right.
So we battling. We going back and forth. We going back and forth. Games. We end up splitting 3-3. And so we have game 7 at their gym.
Right.
They end up beating us to win a championship. But it was just crazy.
Okay. So Micah got a chip.
Yeah. First one was against me. But it was just crazy, like how everything came full circle. You know what I mean? That was the first team who showed interest in Korea, and then I finally get over there with another team, and I end up playing that team in the championship. I played against Micah in Lebanon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now I'm playing in the championship.
Who was your other American?
Mine was Terrence Leather. Like he was the man of like how my name.
Like
my name is now in Korea. Yeah, his name. Like he went to South Florida. He was tough. Like he could go. Yeah, he was tough. He was tough. Cool dude too. Like he could go. He was tough.
He was over there for a while,
like a man
right?
over there though. Yeah, he was over there for a while, but he left. I think he retired. He ended up injuring his knee. Actually, he injured his knee in a preseason game against my team when he was at another team.
Okay.
And like he had like one more, maybe 2 more stints back in Korea, but after that injury, I forgot what his knee injury was. He wasn't the same no more. So yeah, but and then. And I used to talk, and that helped me a lot too, because I used to talk to him. Like I said, like how I've been over there for a long time. He had been over there before me.
So he was kind of putting you
So
in the game, right?
yeah, put me on game. And I'm hearing all these numbers. I'm like, yeah. I said, bro, I'm right where I need to be. You feel what
Right,
I'm saying?
right,
So
yeah. So now, yeah. So like you
yeah,
said, like your whole mental just changed. Like I got to just lock in and
lock
right,
in. Like I told you before we start, doing the podcast. Like I found out as a professional, I found out what my regimen was going to be,
yep,
and I just locked into that, bro. I've been doing it now to this day, the same thing. And
right.
I've been
Now,
playing coming up 17 years, 17
now,
seasons,
now, how many years have you been in South Korea?
12.
12.
This
And I
this
know
past season made 12, so this coming up will be 13.
now how many. I know you got a couple now. How many chips you got?
I got 3 championships, and I think I got 2 or 3 MVPs.
MVPs like of the league.
And
Okay.
yeah, and I played in.
Are you up for like maybe like for most points as an American, like in that, like you got
Yeah.
to be up
I'm
there somewhere.
no. So I'm the number one import as far as like consecutive years played. I led the league in scoring 2 years in a row. It's never been done by import. I got the most points by import. I'm number 2 overall in Korea history. And
Right.
Koreans, that's the only place they play. So
Yeah, it's
I'm
points.
number
Right.
2, and I'm not too far behind the number 1 guy. But
Is
I
he
don't think
still playing, or is the number one
nah, he
coach
be
there?
retired.
Okay.
They not. I don't think they're not gonna let me break that record though. I
You
mean,
think
yeah, no, they're
it,
not. I could kind of see, I could see certain things. I know how they operate over there.
right?
They're not gonna let me break that record, which is not a goal of mine. Like I'm not like pressed on
But
that. You know
like
what I mean? I'm just.
the guy you're talking about, is he some kind of is he like a legend? In
Oh man, he's a legend,
oh, so
bro.
that's
He,
okay,
hey, yo,
okay,
he's so famous now, bro. Like he was like the god over there hoop wise, and then he went into like TV. They do a lot of TV shows and drama like
yeah,
over in Korea. So he's
right,
big into that. He's
okay,
on Netflix now. I had knee surgery. I tore my ACL 2 years ago. I was doing rehab down in LA with my trainer. I'm laid up in my hotel watching TV. One of his TV shows was on.
come on,
LA got a
right,
large Korean population. But it's
okay.
funny because at the end of his career, his second to last season, I played with him. It's funny, man. Yeah, but like
It's crazy how like that just kind of like just like did like a whole 360. Like you play with him like towards the end, and now you
yeah,
get and you still playing getting down anyway
getting
over the
closer to my
yeah,
end.
right,
Yep.
yeah, and you trying to get his
Yeah.
record. But it's kind of funny how you said that, how they don't want you to kind of get his record. Okay.
Nah, they ain't. Yeah, they ain't gonna let me.
Right.
They ain't gonna let me do that, bro.
Okay.
I mean, I understand it to a point. I understand it, but I
Right.
mean, it is what it
But
is,
you
bro.
said like
Like, you
that
know what I
wasn't a
mean?
goal of yours. Like you said, like
Nah, yeah, that
your
wasn't that
goal.
wasn't no goal of mine.
Yeah, like you said,
Like,
like your goal is give it and lock in. And I'm pretty sure. I mean, in hindsight, you
yeah,
didn't know, but you probably it turned out to be like 12 years in the
yeah,
same place, and you had like you said,
yeah.
I'm
No,
pretty sure.
I'm going back this year too.
Right,
So
going back again for the
one of
next
my
year.
goals always been to play until I was 40. Why? I have no clue, but I
Right.
don't know why 40's been that benchmark, but I'm 39. I'll be 40 in April. So I'm going to go back over this year.
This the
And then
last
depending
one.
on how this season go, I got one more in me.
Okay.
But for sure, I'm going back over this year. And then after that, I'm going to wait and see. Like, if I mess around and go and get another championship, then I'm for sure going to hang it up this year. So just
Right.
to go out on top.
So it just
But yeah,
kind of
like,
depend on how the next season, how
yeah,
everything
how
goes.
the season coming up go. But yeah, man, I just wanted, my goal coming in, like once I seen that I was going to be overseas, is to make as much money as I can and win as much as I can, because I
Right.
know the more you win, the better you do, the more money you get paid. And that's just been
Exactly.
a goal, to be able to support my family and set me up
Yeah.
financially, like when I retire, you know what I mean, to do some other stuff, you know what I mean? So I ain't got to get back, go straight retire and go get a 9 to 5, you know?
Right. Right.
But that's always been my goal. So I'm setting myself up really well for that. So
Right. So
that's just what I'm focused on.
and that's why I was getting here like towards the end. We've already talked about like some of the accomplishments as far as the league. So I was gonna say, when you first, like, what was your first just crazy splurge, or just something that you just bought and just looking back now, it's like, damn, like I really just something that you just like, when you had a little bit of money in your pocket, just went and
So
splurge, like it was jewelry, like a chain, or you went out one night just crazy.
I'm not really. I'm not really like flashy and I don't really showboat like that. You know, I
Right.
don't like people knowing,
Right. Oh
what I
yeah,
got.
of
Cause
course.
where I come from, man, like you a target. People that do that is targets. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
But so for me, I would say my second season in Korea, uh, which is I ended up signing with the team that I beat. I told you the story about when I was with Samsung. I beat them as the 1 seed.
Right.
We ended up beating them, but so they we ousted them in the first round as the 1 seed. They wanted me that next year, so I ended up going signing with them and won a championship. So when I won a championship, I came straight home. I'm gonna buy me a whip. I bought
Right.
me a brand new Chevy Camaro SS.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
just I fixed it all up. I got it. It's personalized like hell, bro. It's
Right.
nice though. But
That same thing, Jay. I don't know if you've seen the one with Jay Merrill, but it was the same thing. I think when he was in Korea somewhere, he
KCC,
came.
I played against
He
friends
said
out there.
he
Yeah,
said
we
that he
went out a
came back
couple
home.
times.
He came back home and bought a truck. Like as soon as he got home, like he went straight to the lot, bought it off the lot, like brand new. Didn't do no
Hey,
negotiating or anything. He just went and got it.
that bag, I'm sure he probably told you off air or maybe on air. That bag different in Korea, bro.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, oh
Like
yeah. So
that bag different, bro.
and like you said, so like I remember, like I know, like they had like a set number now. Has that changed?
Nah, I mean, no, it's changed. Yeah. No, it used to be like 25,000 back when I first came over there.
So
But
that's like for just like every import, like just flat out, no, it's no
yeah, I
negotiating for.
mean,
I
but
mean, I know, like we said, we ain't got to
this
go into. We
this
ain't
go
got.
yeah, I'm about to say
We'll
this
talk
go
about
air.
it. We'll
So
talk about it. Yeah.
yeah. This
But
go
we're
air.
gonna
But
say just back when you first got in, it was 25, and then we're just gonna stay right there.
yeah, it
So,
was 25. But I knew not me, but I
right,
knew people that was getting paid more than 25. Not
right,
me though, back
right,
then.
right.
But yeah,
Okay.
let's just say yeah. But
Yeah,
now, like, I mean, it's still it's they have a salary cap, but it's between the two Americans. But
yeah.
yeah,
So
people, yeah, people,
it's still two Americans, right?
yeah, it's still two Americans. But yeah,
Can
there's
y'all
all
be on
kind
the
of
court
leeway.
at the same time?
Nah,
So
not
y'all
this
can.
year.
Yeah.
Nah, last year or this year.
Okay.
They changed it like they changed it a lot. Like some of the season I was there, you could play first and no, first and the fourth quarter together, or second and fourth quarter, or second and third quarter together.
How
It
big
just
of
all
a
depends.
how big of a adjustment is that? It's just knowing that you only gonna play for what is it? Is it 10
Oh,
minutes? Is it 10-minute
huge.
quarters?
10-minute quarters. Yeah,
So so
China got
so
12 minutes.
so just coming in knowing that you probably just gonna play only 20 minutes, because you got split time.
Split time. Yeah, it's a huge adjustment. And then it might not be 20 minutes. It might be 17. It might be 18 minutes, but it might be 25. It might be 30 minutes.
Just depend
Because
on who cooking, kind of
it
just depend
yeah,
on.
depend on the game. It
Right.
depend on the flow of the game. Like, for example, like my first year, I think I probably averaged. I told you the team I played with, he was like the man over there, and he for sure was getting paid. He was getting paid well over 25. But anyway,
Right.
but
Talking about leather.
so
Talking about, yeah.
yeah, he was getting the bag. So I would play some games. I would play like 16 minutes, 18
Right.
minutes, but it all depends. But then sometimes he'd get in foul trouble, or
Yeah.
he was a hothead. He was like Rasheed Wallace. He was getting technicals.
Right.
Like you get a foul for a
So it
check.
was
So
yeah.
so
Kind of a blessing in disguise. Yeah.
some nights I'm playing 25, 27 minutes. It just all depends, bro. But
Yeah.
so the one thing I always pride myself, I'm like, whatever amount of minutes I'm going to play, I'm gonna get a point a minute. That's what I
Right.
always done. So like, I know, like, I think that year or the year after, I probably led the league in scoring points per minute. Not
Right.
overall, like, averaging 23 or 24. Nah.
Right. Just
If
per
I average
minute.
like
Right.
16 minutes, I average like 15.5
Right.
points. You know what I mean? So I'm
Right. Yeah.
in my mind, like, man, I'm straight to a bucket when I get in, because I don't know, you know what I mean, what's gonna happen from here on out. So
Right.
yeah, I did that for a while, and then it's crazy because, like you just said, at the camps, they was always like, oh, bigs, bigs, bigs. And I remember when I first got over there, it's like, oh, he's too small, he won't last. My agent still tell me the story. Like, some of the coaches like, yeah, he's not good enough, this and that. So I get over there, I'm doing numbers,
Right.
and then like
And you
after a
still got
while,
that, and you still got that in the back of your head, because I was in
oh,
Vegas. Like I was already killing y'all when I was in Vegas. So
y'all just didn't give me the chance. And then
right.
y'all done gave me this opportunity. I'm finna show y'all what it is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Let y'all know all the muscles and all that dunking, that don't matter, bro. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because I got what's between my ears is bigger, and inside my chest is bigger than those muscles of the other guy that y'all might be in
Right.
awe about. You feel me? So after a while, yeah, so I did numbers after a couple of years, and then they started asking my agent, you got any more players like Aaron? I'm like,
Right.
oh, so now
So
Aaron not too small and Aaron good
right. So
enough.
now, so that's why I was gonna say. So I've seen like that transition from South Korea, from when we was like first when we was in Lebanon, it was all big. So now, like I've seen like guards over there now. So you can just see how the league has kind of transitioned and not just sold on big.
Right. Yeah, it's funny because at one of the camps, I was sitting there. I don't even remember this guy's name, but I don't know. Maybe he ended up seeing this video. Guy came up to me, man. He's like, bro, he's built just like me, same position, I'm sure. I was just sitting in the stands watching some of the games. He's like, man, I appreciate you opening these doors, for players like us. He said, because, they only wanted bigs for years. I was like, yeah, this is like when my name is starting to blow. You know what I mean? After my first two or 3 years, I did really well, and now it's starting to take off. I'm like, yeah, nah, you're right. I was like, 'cause I remember when I first, 2 years back, they only wanted bigs, and they took a chance on me. So I had to, keep,
prove it.
I opened that door. I came running through that door. So, yeah, that was a dope compliment from another player. Because players, we prideful, we very prideful. For him, I can't even remember the guy's name, but he just came to me. I was up top of the stand. He came over there out of nowhere, and like complimented me like that. That was a little dope situation.
We played against I'm still he's coming on here. We had to reschedule, but Jasper, he's from Mississippi. Jasper Johnson.
Yeah, I played against Jasper Johnson. Yeah. Yeah. I played against Jasper. I sprained my MCL when I was at Orions in like 4 years ago, and he was my he was my replacement. Like, so I was out for like 5 weeks or whatever. He came over and replaced me.
Jasper.
Yeah, I played against Jasper for like 2 years. I think he was with Samsung 1 year, and then he was with KT.
Okay.
Yeah. Jasper got a burner.
He can shoot, right? Oh yeah.
He can shoot that thing.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh yeah. I know Jasper since high school, but yeah, bro, man, I appreciate you. I ain't gonna hold you too much longer, man. I'm just, talking to guys that I cross paths with. You somebody that's still playing, somebody that I still watch from afar. Just wanted to give you your props. You're doing your thing over there in South Korea, bro, and I just appreciate you coming on.
Man, I appreciate that, bro, and yeah, I wish you nothing but the best. Anytime you need a fill-in, bro, hit me up. I'm here to tell a story.
Yeah,
I got a whole lot more stories, but I appreciate it. And yeah, we had some great times in
man, I'm telling you, we gotta get on a Zoom call. Just that whole all the Americans.
Man, some funny stories too.
Yeah, that was I think that was my favorite year out of all my years, just as far as just stuff to do, and Americans being so close together. That was
so close. Yeah, that was definitely one of my top years.
I almost feel like I was at home. So
we was always linking up and doing something. Like brother was going out to eat. Yeah, you should probably, I don't know if you keep in contact. You should probably get what's the name on here? What's my man's name? Kelly.
Oh yeah, I talked to D Kelly. I'm trying to get D Kelly on here. Norm.
Kelly on there.
Norm Calvin. And Calvin.
I'm friends with Norman and Calvin, all them on social media.
Yep.
Not Kelly though, but yeah.
D Kelly on. So yeah, we got to get his IG because he was on Instagram. So I talked to him. I'm trying to get him on here too.
Yeah, you need to get him on here, man. That was some good times, man. I look back at that because playing overseas is like normally you play a year in this country, then you're on to the next country, or you know what I mean. But it's been crazy to me that I've been in Korea for 12 seasons. This season will be 13. You know what I mean? Like, because now it's just like for me, it's like home. I go over there, I already know what to expect. Whereas early on, it's like I go to Europe, I might go to this country, that country. It's just like always an adjustment.
Right.
But for Korea, like for majority of my career, man, like I got offers right now to go to Japan, but I told my wife, I was like, no, I'm not trying to do that. And I just told my agent, I was like, I'm not trying to do that because I'm not trying to go restart. You know what I mean?
Right, somewhere new. I rather finish.
Time I played 2 years.
Yeah.
It's like,
I rather finish where I started.
I just want to go and finish out where I started. You know what I mean? My legacy is set over there. So that's just what I'm on, man. Like seeing where I'm going to end up at and trying to give it at least get one more ring out of this if possible. But just finish on a high, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, I'm wishing you nothing but the best. You said that you wanted to get to 40, so that's that one more year. And you said depending on how you feel, you might play an extra one. So, if I need any workout plans or any like workout trainings for anybody, that's up about age, I'm definitely gonna be hitting.
Yeah, man, send them my way, bro. I'm an open book, bro. I give them advice. I be some of the guys that just signed a career this year. I told them to hit me up, give them advice. You know what I mean? They wise as friends with my wife. I give them advice, man. I ain't got nothing to keep. You know what I mean? My career is almost over with. It's just getting started. So I'm here to help. If anybody, anybody need help or whatever, shoot them my IG and send them my way. I give them the game.
Okay. All right, bro.
All right, bro. I'll be in contact.